Hey travelers, it's Jordan from the Travel Chat, and today we're tackling a topic that might ruffle a few feathers. Overrated travel destinations. You heard that right? Those bucket list places everyone raves about? They might not be worth the hype, especially in 2024. We're diving deep into those iconic spots that might leave you feeling a little underwhelmed. More importantly, I'm going to share some fantastic alternatives that'll give you a much more authentic and rewarding travel experience. So if you're tired of overcrowded tourist traps and ready for something a little different, buckle up. We're about to uncover some hidden gems and help you plan your next unforgettable adventure. Let's go. First up, we're heading to the Greek islands, specifically Santorini. Now, I know what you're thinking. Those whitewashed villages, those iconic blue domes, those sunsets over the Aegean Sea. It's the stuff of travel brochures. And yes, Santorini is undeniably beautiful. But here's the catch. It's a victim of its own success. Over the years, Santorini has become incredibly popular, and with that popularity comes some downsides. Think massive cruise ships disgorging thousands of tourists every day, crowds jostling for the perfect Instagram shot, and prices that'll make your jaw drop. Imagine this. You finally arrived in Santorini, eager to soak up the charm and beauty. You wander through the narrow streets, but instead of a peaceful stroll, you're stuck in a sea of selfie sticks and tour groups. Finding a quiet corner to enjoy the view? Good luck with that. And let's talk about those prices. A simple lunch can easily set you back a small fortune, and don't even get me started on accommodation costs, especially during peak season. You might find yourself spending a small fortune just to be surrounded by crowds. Now don't get me wrong, Santorini is stunning, but if you're looking for a more authentic Greek island experience, one where you can escape the crowds and truly relax, I urge you to consider some alternatives. Instead of Santorini, why not hop over to Naxos? It's the largest of the Cyclades Islands with stunning beaches, charming villages, and a much more laid-back vibe. Plus, it's significantly more affordable. Or, for a taste of authentic Greece, head to Milos. It boasts incredible rock formations, colorful fishing villages, and some of the best seafood you'll ever taste. And the best part? You'll feel like you've stepped back in time, far away from the tourist hordes. Remember, there's a whole world of Greek islands out there, each with its own unique charm. Don't be afraid to venture off the beaten path and discover your own hidden gem. Next, we're traveling to Italy, to a city that needs no introduction, Venice. The city of canals with its gondolas gliding through picturesque waterways has captured the hearts of travelers for centuries. But here's the thing about Venice. It's sinking, literally. And I'm not just talking about the rising sea levels. Venice is sinking under the weight of overtourism. Every year, millions of visitors flock to Venice, drawn to its undeniable beauty and romantic allure. But this influx of tourists has taken a toll on the city and its residents. The narrow streets and bridges, once bustling with local life, are now jammed with tour groups, making it difficult to navigate and even harder to experience the true essence of Venice. The cost of living has skyrocketed, forcing many Venetians to move away from the city they call home. What's left is a city struggling to balance its tourism industry with the needs of its dwindling population. Now, I understand the allure of Venice. Taking a gondola ride along the Grand Canal, sipping espresso in St. Mark's Square. These are quintessential Venetian experiences. But I urge you to consider the impact of your visit. Instead of contributing to the over-tourism problem, why not explore some of Italy's other hidden treasures? Just a short train ride away, you'll find Verona, the city of Romeo and Juliet, with its stunning Roman amphitheater and charming medieval streets, or head south to Bologna, the culinary capital of Italy, where you can indulge in delicious pasta dishes, wander through portico-lined streets, and experience the warmth of Italian hospitality. Italy is a country overflowing with culture, history, and beauty. By venturing beyond the well-trodden path, you'll discover the true heart of Italy and create travel memories that are both meaningful and responsible. From the canals of Venice, we're jumping across the pond to the bustling streets of New York City, specifically Times Square. Now, Times Square is an icon, no doubt about it. Those dazzling lights, towering billboards, and that electric energy, it's the quintessential New York City experience, or is it? While Times Square might be on your must-see list, I'm here to tell you that it might not live up to the hype. In fact, it can be a bit of a sensory overload. Imagine this. You step out into the heart of Times Square and suddenly you're bombarded with flashing lights, blaring music, and throngs of people all vying for their piece of the sidewalk. It's enough to make your head spin. And then there are the prices. Everything in Times Square, from souvenirs to a simple cup of coffee, seems to cost twice as much as it should. You'll quickly realize that your travel budget won't stretch very far in this part of town. But beyond the crowds and the cost, there's something else missing from the Times Square experience: authenticity. It feels less like a real neighborhood and more like a giant tourist trap, designed to separate you from your money. Now, I'm not saying you should avoid Times Square altogether. It's worth seeing once just for the experience. But if you're looking for the real New York City, the city that never sleeps, I urge you to venture beyond the bright lights of Broadway. Instead of battling the crowds in Times Square, hop on the subway and head downtown to Greenwich Village. This charming neighborhood is home to cozy cafes, independent bookstores, and a laid-back vibe that's a world away from the chaos of Times Square. Or, for a taste of New York's artistic side, explore the trendy neighborhood of Williamsburg in Brooklyn. You'll find street art, vintage shops, and some of the city's best restaurants and bars. Remember, New York City is a city of neighborhoods, each with its own unique character and charm. So ditch the tourist traps and discover the real heart and soul of the Big Apple. From the urban jungle of New York City, we're jetting off to a tropical paradise: Bali, Indonesia. Bali has long been a dream destination for travelers, with its pristine beaches, lush rice paddies, and spiritual heart. But sadly, Bali, like many popular destinations, has become a victim of its own success. What was once a tranquil escape is now grappling with the challenges of overtourism. Imagine this: you've come to Bali seeking peace and tranquility, but instead you find yourself stuck in traffic jams, surrounded by concrete buildings, and struggling to find a quiet spot on the beach. Not exactly the idyllic escape you had in mind, right? The influx of tourists has led to overdevelopment, especially in areas like Kuta and Seminyak. Once pristine beaches are now lined with resorts, and the once clear waters are often polluted. The traffic in Bali has become notorious, especially during peak season. What should be a short journey can easily turn into an hours-long ordeal. And let's not forget about the impact on the local environment. The increased demand for resources is putting a strain on Bali's fragile ecosystem. Now, I know this might sound a bit disheartening, but don't despair. There's still hope for finding the real Bali, the Bali of old. You just need to know where to look. Instead of the crowded beaches of Kuta, head north to the island of Nusa Penida. This hidden gem boasts dramatic cliffs, pristine beaches, and incredible marine life. It's the perfect place to escape the crowds and reconnect with nature. Or, for a truly off-the-beaten-path adventure, venture to the island of Flores. Here you can hike to the top of Mount Kelimutu's volcanic crater lakes, dive or snorkel in the Komodo National Park, and experience the warmth and hospitality of the local people. Remember, Bali is more than just beaches and resorts. It's a place of spirituality, natural beauty, and cultural richness. By venturing beyond the tourist hotspots, you can discover the true essence of Bali and help preserve it for generations to come. Our final stop on this journey to overrated destinations takes us to the dazzling city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. Now, there's no denying that Dubai is impressive. It's a city of superlatives: the tallest building in the world, the largest shopping mall, the most luxurious hotels. But is it worth the hype? Dubai is a city built on ambition and extravagance. It rose from the desert sands to become a global hub for business, tourism, and excess. But amidst all the glitz and glamour, it's easy to feel like something is missing. Imagine this: you're strolling through the Dubai Mall, surrounded by designer boutiques and extravagant displays of wealth. You marvel at the indoor ski slope and the dancing fountains, but you can't shake the feeling that it's all a bit artificial. And that's the thing about Dubai: it often feels like a city built more for show than for substance. It's a place where you can easily spend a fortune and still feel strangely empty. The relentless pursuit of bigger, better, and more extravagant can be overwhelming. And let's not forget about the ethical considerations. Dubai's rapid development has come at a cost, both to the environment and to the migrant workers who built the city. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't visit Dubai. It's an impressive feat of engineering and architecture, and it can be a fun place to spend a few days. But if you're looking for a destination with soul, history, and a sense of place, I urge you to look elsewhere. Instead of Dubai, why not explore the Sultanate of Oman? This neighboring country offers a more authentic Arabian experience with stunning mountains, ancient forts, and a rich cultural heritage. Or head to Jordan, where you can explore the lost city of Petra, float in the Dead Sea, and camp under the stars in the Wadi Rum Desert. These destinations offer a glimpse into the true heart of the Middle East, far from the artificiality of Dubai. Remember, travel is about more than just ticking off destinations on a list. It's about connecting with people, experiencing different cultures, and creating memories that will last a lifetime. So choose your destinations wisely and make sure they align with your values and interests. Of course, travel is personal and these places might still be worth it for you, but if you're looking for an alternative, now you've got some amazing options. Let me know in the comments if you've been to any of these destinations, or if you disagree with my picks. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more travel tips and tricks here on the Travel Chat. Remember, the most rewarding travel experiences often come from venturing off the well-trodden path, from discovering those hidden gems that haven't yet been overrun by crowds. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the best places are the ones you haven't heard of yet.